Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak commits 30 billion ringgit for strategic infrastructure, 16 bridges in pipeline. Two Cebu men shot dead in CHERAS, 18 witnesses questioned. In world news, 800 Chinese nationals evacuated from Iran amid escalating conflict with Israel. About 800 Chinese nationals were evacuated from Iran since conflict erupted with Israel since last week. According to Beijing's Foreign Ministry spokesman Guo Jiakun, 791 have been moved to a safe area while others are still awaiting their turn to be evacuated.
截至目前，在外交部和驻伊朗使领馆组织协调下，在相关邻近国家积极协助支持下， 已有791名中国公民自伊朗转移至安全地区，还有1000余人正在转移撤离的途中。
Earlier on Wednesday, Iran fired hypersonic missiles towards Israel, hours after U.S. President Donald Trump demanded Iran's unconditional surrender. He insists Washington has played no part in bombing Israel but warned Iran to cease fire before it is too late.
Police have recorded statements from 18 witnesses so far to aid investigations into the shooting deaths of two men by a masked group in front of a shopping mall lobby along Jalan Lok Yew, CHERAS, early Tuesday morning. CHERAS Deputy Police Chief Superintendent Rizwan Khalid said authorities are still working to identify the main suspects involved. The incident caught on CCTV and now circulating online showed the victims being shot at a close range before the suspects fled in a Berdua Alza. Early information revealed both victims were believed to be in their 40s and originated from Cebu, Sarawak. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. Meanwhile, the Sarawak government has invested a total of 30 billion ringgit to develop strategic infrastructures for the benefit of its people. According to Deputy Premier Dr. Amar Douglas Ukahambas, 4.9 billion ringgit was utilized to construct 16 bridges. From the total, 4 of them have been fully completed, 3 are now in use, while another will be launched later in July.
The remaining 8 bridges are currently in the construction phase, which includes the longest bridge in Malaysia spanning 4.8 kilometers, overarching the Sarawak River. It is slated for completion by the end of 2025. At the same time, the state government is currently constructing a network of coastal roads and the second trunk road that will connect Kuching to coastal areas, effectively reducing travel time.
Bagaimana kita dapat mencapai ini? Ini kita dapat capai kerana kita mempunyai seorang pemimpin seperti yang saya sebut tadi, berani, tegas dan pandai mencari dana. All the 30 billion termasuk jambatan tadi adalah dana dari negeri Sarawak sendiri. Kedua, pada tahun 2024 pendapatan Sarawak meningkat kepada ringgit Malaysia 14.1 bilion jika dibandingkan dengan hanya 6.76 bilion pada tahun 2017. The highest ever revenue achieved by Sarawak. Dan tahun lepas juga kita menyaksikan Sarawak membentangkan satu bajet, the highest budget ever, ringgit Malaysia 15.8 billion.
He added, 137 development initiatives, including those pertaining new economy, were strategies developed under the leadership of Sarawak's Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Nopeng. Currently, Sarawak is in the right track to become one of the developed state in Malaysia under the post-COVID-19 development strategy PCDS 2030, with 3 of its initiatives harboring great outcomes.
The Sarawak Delta Geopark has entered the final stage of its application process to be recognised as a UNESCO Global Geopark. Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, said the field evaluation will be conducted by United Nations experts from 23rd to 26 June. According to him, the Sarawak Museum Department is actively collaborating with the Sarawak Forestry Department and other relevant agencies to advance the Sarawak Delta Geopark project in pursuit of the recognition.
Presently, we have got 2 sites in Sarawak which have been recognized as a World Heritage Site. That is Gunung Mulu, the Mulu Cave, and recently last year, the Mnia Cave. But this is another area of heritage, that is the Geopark, Delta Geopark, which we hope, once it is given that kind of recognition, that will be another new tourism product also, which we can showcase to the world.
In other developments, several new archaeological sites in Sarawak, including locations in Santubong, Bukit Maras, Sungai Jauh and the Wallace Centre, are expected to be officially open this year. Karim said the officiating ceremony is currently awaiting confirmation of a date from Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Nopeng.
We are still waiting for Right Honourable Premier's date. It will be officiated this year. It's more or less completed already, and then that's where we will be having new tourism product as well as new archaeological site for people to see. And apart from that, also that maritime museum that we have in Kuching. So we have got 4 now, which we will be officiating this year.
The gazetted sites are Rumah Panjang Melanau Kampung Sok, Matu, Rumah Seri Tanjong, Tanjong Lobang Miri, Sacred Heart Church, Sungai Pawan, Kenawit, Makam Datuk Permaisuri, Miri, Pusara Ali Wallace, Kampung Jai, Sadong Jaya, Kubur Syarif Skrang, Kampung Igan Matu, Tapak Masjid Bandaraya Kuching, Tapak Pertempuran Beting Maro, Lombong Arang Batu Buruk, Gunung Ngili, Simunjan, Batu Ritong in Palungan Bario, Tapak Pertempuran Kampung Jangkar Lundu, Tuang Shit Sumebak, Kuching, Folded Skish Demak, Kuching, and Japanese Landing Craft, Brighton Beach, Miri. He spoke this to reporters during a press conference after chairing the Sarawak Heritage Council meeting held on Wednesday. Sarawak has gazetted 2 locations in Limbang and Lawas, with more areas to be identified as part of its long-term preparation to safeguard food security, especially rice supply amid global uncertainty. Minister for Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, Datuk Sri Stephen Runi Utom, said this measure was necessary due to increasingly volatile climate conditions and global geopolitical tensions. Currently, Malaysia's rice supply is still largely dependent on imports, with 68% sourced from Vietnam and India through Padi Beras National Berhad or Bernas.
If these 2 countries, main exporter, reduce to, or they're not in a position to export, we'll be in deep trouble. So that's why we are so serious about planting paddy. From the very beginning, I keep saying, we have to gazette land strictly for paddy. You know why? Because nobody wants to plant paddy because return is not comparable to sawit.
He was speaking to reporters after attending the Department of Agriculture Sarawak appreciation ceremony at the leading hotel in Kuching. He also noted that modern and hybrid paddy farming techniques like those used in Hainan, China, have shown yields of up to 15 metric tons per hectare, with just 1 cycle of planting per season. Furthermore, he said Sarawak has already begun other initiatives to reduce dependency on imported raw materials, including producing local feed for livestock and cultivating crops like soybean and maize. Welcome back. The evacuation of Malaysian citizens currently in Iran is expected to take place this Friday. Minister of Communications Datuk Fahmi Fadzil said clear instructions have been announced by Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan at today's cabinet meeting.
He said preparations are underway, including the issuance of travel visas to facilitate the safe departure of Malaysians from Iran. Departures are expected to take place within the next 2 days, said Fahmi, while adding that preparations, especially those concerning security and safety, are currently scrutinized. The conflict between Iran and Israel escalated last Friday following an unprovoked Israeli airstrike on Iranian territory. In retaliation, Iran launched ballistic missiles targeting multiple locations in Israel. Yesterday, Wisma Putra urged all Malaysians in Iran to leave the country immediately amid the ongoing instability and the heightened risk of further escalation without prior warning.
Discussions on the energy demands of artificial intelligence AI are now triggering significant shifts in operations across countries. President and Group Chief Executive Officer of Petronas, Tan Sri Tengku Muhammad Taufik Tengku Kamat Jaja Aziz, stressed that the motto Energy for All, Energy for AI, AI for Energy, captures the growing interdependence between technology and the energy sector.
Looking at energy systems, a near-term challenge and near-term prospects of delivering this much, it's a challenge, but we do believe AI will greatly and exponentially change energy systems once they're up and running.
He was speaking at the closing ceremony of the Energy Asia 2025 conference in Kuala Lumpur on Wednesday. Commenting on Petronas' outlook, Tengku Taufik said economic growth and urbanization in the ASEAN and Asia-Pacific region will drive a rising demand for energy.
Looking at the lens of this perpetual hunger for growth and the rightful, justifiable pursuit of economic development, progression into more urbanization, growing middle income, the demographic within ASEAN and Asia-Pacific in particular, I believe that there's only one trajectory for energy use here is going to be upward, notwithstanding efficiency gains, particularly as we pursue and support the fifth industrial revolution through AI.
He also reiterated that Petronas has long been a strong proponent of natural gas as a flexible and rapidly deployable energy source, especially for countries without extensive energy grid infrastructure. Tengku Taufik also announced that the next edition of Energy Asia will be held from 2 to 4th June next year at the same venue. The annual conference gathers global energy leaders, policymakers, and industry experts to discuss Asia's energy transition towards a greener and more resilient future. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms at TV Sarawak. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.